CP the artist in the house, here to give my honest critique, not about the Kendrick Lamar album necessarily, but about the critics in the Christian community. If you've been living underneath a rock, apparently Kendrick Lamar had gotten a whole lot of these Christian YouTubers butthurt over the person he chose to get counseling with. Eckhart Tolle, a very controversial spiritual guru, was allegedly one of Kendrick Lamar's therapists, and a Christian YouTube channel had said that our whole album is demonically themed or inspired by demonic thoughts. And I think this is based off one freaking verse out of the 16 tracks where Kendrick Lamar just said he, worshiped trees or meditated trees, something like that. It was just one line. Part of why this subject gets me hot is that, number one, I'm Christian, but I do not put my platform out there as a Christian content channel. You wanna know why I don't put myself as a Christian content channel? For number one is that it's hard for me to be fake. And mind you, for those people that are wondering, Kendrick Lamar did not create a Christian album.
This is why I want to bring up Eckhart Tolle. First of all, because he brought him up, so this is his fault. He said his name several times, and he put his voice on his album. This whole thing is inspired by this man's viewpoint. And to me, this puts the Christian hip hop desire for Kendrick to be a Christian to bed. All right. Tolle believes that there is no God, that we are all gods, that Jesus was not the Christ.
Now, if the Holy Bible credits non-believers with quotes to push a point, how is it that we criticize Kendrick Lamar for having a quote-unquote demonic album that most of these tracks are basically a mirror to himself and a mirror to you?
This man's got Kendrick praying to trees and plants. He's talking about there's no right and wrong.
N95, he talks about, taking off a mask, stop being not being a hypocrite, right? Which I wish a lot of you Christians, would do, especially on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You guys talk about, he's an adulterer, right? But didn't Jesus say that even if you look at a woman lustfully, you committed adultery in your heart? And most of you guys are freaking proud to be married, and most of you guys got Instagram accounts. Okay, don't tell me you didn't look not one time on that freaking Explore page. We cry together. I heard the criticisms of this song. Oh, it's raw. It's dark. Why would it? But my God, did anyone hear the first words in this song, where it says, go back and listen to it.
This is what the world sounds like.
It says, this is what the world sounds like. Then they go into, and they're cussing each other out, so forth and so on. They're going back and forth on blaming each other, right? This is the male and female dynamics that's going on. Like, if I wish Christians could get out their little freaking castles and house full of gold and beautiful kids and you know what I'm saying, everything is perfect, which I know it ain't, right? I know it ain't, right? I was in a Christian marriage. It wasn't perfect. It sucked. You know what I'm saying? Because we suck as humans. Okay? I'm just gonna keep it real, right? So in this song, they go back and forth, and what Kendrick was doing was, again, taking a mirror and putting it on all of us.
The reason for Trump, you the reason we overlooked, underpaid, underbooked, understained. If you look, I don't speak, then I'm called on my name, I am flawed.
Right? And And if you really pay attention to like what the woman is saying, she says, I blame you because I'm getting, I can't make this much amount of money. I blame you for the troubles with my friends. I blame you for this. I blame you for that. And if you really pay attention, it's the cries of women in society. And he uses the cries of men in society.
No ass, ungrateful ass bitches, fake innocent, fake feminists. Stop pretending y'all sentiments ain't realer than what you defending. It's a split decision, bros like you and real victims.
As I said earlier, the first verse in there says, this is what the world sounds like. Moving on, Crown. I can't please everybody. As a creator, I am a creator. I'm an artist. When I create work, I know I cannot please everybody, and especially Christians. Especially Christians. My guy Rusan, love him to death. When I'm on his live, there's always 3 or 4 people in the chat saying that he shouldn't be doing this, he shouldn't say this, and so forth and so on. And the dude is a stand-up dude for the Lord. But there's somebody extra religious that say, oh, you shouldn't be watching this, we shouldn't be doing this, da 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 da. I can't please everybody. The album cover, it depicts Kendrick, his 2 kids, and his, I don't know if his fiance, I don't know if they're married, but his family, okay? He has his back turned to the camera with a gun, in his waistband holding his child. The artistic interpretation I got about this, and going through the whole album several times, is that he found out that this is the most important thing in the world. Through the whole album, he is naked, telling us his wrongs. He talks about his daddy issues. He talks about sexual molestation. He talks about crime. He talks about, living up to people's expectations. One of my favorite songs is I Ain't Your Savior. These people on YouTube, they ain't your savior. Your pastor ain't your savior. You know who your savior is, right? So stop putting expectations on people to be saviors. Father Time. That is a great song where he talks about, having daddy issues. And he addresses, the negative things that his father had passed down to him, right? And, he talks a lot about, in that song, about his competitive nature and so forth and so on, and all these things that kind of made him toxic, okay? In that. One of my favorite songs, Mother I Sober, it ends with, breaking the generational curse, This is very important, especially in Black demographics where, it's like me, right? Me, personal story time. I do not have kids because I have not found a woman where I could marry that has already determined that she was going to break her own generational curses. Okay? I will refuse to bring a child in this world that will inherit my or my wife's generational curse. That is important. That's my duty as a man, to serve and protect my seeds, my offspring, from all the generational curses that I had in my past. He talks about this, but somehow you want to call it demonic over one verse. It's hard being an artist and being Christian. It's hard because you're being told by the people that's supposed to be your church, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not how you're supposed to be acting. This is, you're not representing us. Maybe instead of acting like everything is perfect, why don't we start acting like everything is real? There's a reason why Christian music sucks. This is why Christian artists quit doing what they love for the Lord, right? Because it's criticisms from you bitter freaking people. I really want to cuss. I really want to cuss, right? From you bitter people who have nothing but ego to show on how everybody is wrong and you are right. How you got this Christianity thing figured out. I'm going to use a line from there, right? I'm Christian, but I'm not Christian today. That's a play on words that I've seen a lot of people use against Kendrick Lamar in this album. Let me tell you something. To have the label Christian on you is saying that you are Christ-like. Am I right or wrong? Right? That you are Christ-like. So when I hear this, the phrase, I am Christian but not today, is the most honest thing a Christian should, can say. I'm in Atlanta. I date, and I've put myself into situations with beautiful women that in my mind, I was not Christian on that day. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? There's a lot of Christians who are not Christ-like every day. Do you hear the play on words on that? It's an honest truth, because we can never be like him. Never be like him. We cannot walk a mile in his shoes, right? We can never be like this man. So why don't we stop with the piety, the pulpiting and so forth and so on? You know what? And this is so hard for me because my faith means so much to me. But and also being real means a lot to me too. I'm an artist. But the vulnerability, the openness, the flaws that I'm willing to give the world is something that Christian, people, a lot of them are not comfortable with.
What's motivating the purpose behind the lyrics? That goes for us on the inside too. You could say you're a Christian hip hop artist and rap, but are you letting some of this other crap seep into your theology, like your actual heart motivation?
You know what Christians do? They want to talk so much about what is so wrong instead of what is so right. This album was a therapy session. It was a masterpiece. I learned a lot from Kendrick, but also I could relate because I had to deal with my own flaws in my own broken marriage. I've been through counseling, and I remember being in that quote unquote rage state where, I was just mad at myself and I was trying to right my wrongs and so forth and so on. I was very transparent with my transgressions. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody to be criticized for being so raw and vulnerable, it's just so stupid. Like you freaking Christians, like Christian artists, like you'll do these boring, sad songs or forced happy songs, that nobody could relate to, and you wonder to know why like people are turning away from the faith is because you won't allow people to be real in the artistic space. And I don't care anymore, man. The church is as messed up as the world. Let's keep it real. It is as messed up as the world, but we are not shining the light on our own selves. Hey, I'm just calling how it is. All things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. So when you consume artistic content, you know, just know that it's art. Plain and simple. Leave your comments in the chat. Let me know, you know, what you feel about the album. Let me know what you feel about Christian art. You know, do you feel like it's too soft? Do you feel like, you know, you hate it as Christian, you're not getting what you want? You know, whatever.